Photography hasn't been fun for me in a long time. It's not that I don't love this anymore, but I've definitely questioned my passion a lot in the last few years. Creatively, things got challenging for me during the pandemic. It started with my career taking a shift that I never expected, and I essentially went from freelance photographer to full-time YouTuber overnight. And my friend and creative partner Chris, who helped me on a lot of these videos, took his dream job in San Diego, and I couldn't be more proud of him. In my personal life, it went through massive changes that I'm grateful for because they led me to a new and beautiful place, but they still shook the foundation of who I was as a person and as an artist. Factor in the constant changes to social media and the feeling that your greatest work has a shelf life of 45 seconds, I just felt overwhelmed and I wasn't sure what to do. But today, I want to go back to where all this started and make a video for my day one subscribers, the real MVPs. I still love making videos to help people and share my experiences, but today we're getting back to photography and creativity and the foundation that this channel was built on, and hopefully moving into the future, finding a happy medium between who I was when I started and who I am now as an artist. So we're starting today with a little bit of night photography. I'm using a 35mm f1.2 lens. It's beautiful out here, and you know the goal as always is one good photo on a photo outing. I'm putting no pressure on myself. Also, one thing I forgot to mention, I'm using a 1/4 Pro Mist filter tonight to get that nice glow effect on all the light. So I'm out of time tonight. I burned like 20 minutes waiting for someone to walk into that last shot. I think it came out kind of cool, but I don't know. That might not have been a good time management on my part. But luckily we're getting out to shoot tomorrow. We're meeting up with somebody who is going to be a new addition to helping the channel. All right, solid workout today. This box contains something epic. We're gonna open this when we're out doing photos today, but I gotta change this t-shirt because I wore it last night, wore it today. It's disgusting. Shout out to my boys over at Cuts. They're always hooking it up. They're the sponsor on today's video. You can go to the link in the description down below. You can save yourself 15% on your first order. They have a new launch next month. Much better. This is the elongated t-shirt. Personally, my favorite Cuts t-shirt. Best t-shirt in the game. What's up, bro? So real quick, let me introduce Alec. I'm gonna get your last name right.
You got it.
Don't just say it. Catino. We're gonna open this up. He's gonna like this because he's a Porsche guy. I'm glad they packed it like this though, because it would break. It would break so easy.
Ooh.
All right.
It's massive.
But wait till you see what it is. It's sick.
All right.
So this is the first time I have ever done a print with an acrylic overlay. So essentially it's like plexi or plastic, whatever. It kind of looks like glass, but it's not glass. It's not that fragile.
Drum roll. Yo, that's the Taycan interior.
Yeah, this was a project I did with Porsche in 2021. So you can look like, see how there's glass under?
Oh yeah.
It's pretty rad, right? So I did one more too, but this one's different than this. There's a little twist. So this was that iPhone photo I put on Instagram. Super thick acrylic. So this is like, you could set it on a desk or something like that.
That's sick.
Go that way a little bit. There you go. All right, so we're pretty much wrapped up out here. We went and did 2 locations. This is one that I took my iPhone to, and I actually made that print that y'all saw earlier. I just wanted to get some references if I make a video about it using an actual wide angle. But the real good photo today is the one over at that first location. It's this like MARTA station that I've been to a million times, could never get a good photo in there. So I cheated a little bit, used him as basically a stand-in to get the types of photos I've always wanted to get there, and I think it worked out pretty well. So we came out to this really cool location so Alec could get some photos of me with the prints. They are right here. Just wanted something to like post on social media or whatever, but now we are gonna take advantage of his expertise. Alec works in basically, where'd he go? Oh, he's over there. So while we're up here, we're gonna go ahead and let him get some photos of me with the 4Runner. This is just too cool of a location to not try, and his expertise are in car photography, so might as well take advantage of it, right?
I'm thinking, I think if we move the truck exactly how it is, like right there, 45, but just move it right here, have you sit on top of the basket, I can get a dope shot with like this beam as like a leading line.
Okay.
Out of the shot, and then like you, obviously, as the subject.
Okay,
so.
cool. All right, so now I got an idea that I want to try. I'm gonna have him do the photo. I'm gonna use these lead lines behind me with that city back there and try to get a shot going this way with like this crazy wide open look. We're using a 16-35 right now with a polarizer, so this is a prime lens for like a really tight location like this. Yeah, competition. Should we have the comments? Do we want to do that?
Why not? See who's got the most heat.
All right, yeah, you got to vote in the comments. Who's got the best picture?
He
does this for a living, so if I beat him, that's serious. All right, so here's what I'm thinking for this shot. We have this wide angle on, so I'm gonna use all these lead lines and get a low shot, and I'm gonna stand in front of the car, like the back end of it, and we're gonna get the city with all these lead lines right here. Now that I'm looking at the pictures in the back of the camera, I think he beat me. He clearly knows what he's doing, but commenters will decide. They might be a little biased because y'all are on my team, hopefully. So before I tell you my favorite photos on the day and share my final thoughts, I want to thank the sponsor on today's video, Cuts. So when I first started my career as an artist, one of the biggest problems I had was not wanting to wear a suit, because who becomes an artist to wear a suit, but still wanting to look professional. And that is where Cuts comes in. Cuts is dedicated to the sport of business and outfitting the modern professional. So creative professionals like me, we have the luxury of being able to wear t-shirts and hoodies to work every single day. And Cuts provides the premium materials and premium fits to make sure you look your best and feel confident no matter what situation you're in. I wear Cuts in these YouTube videos, I wear them to business meetings, to casual events, and to the gym. And every single time I know I look my best and I feel confident. So if you're someone like me who is trying to bridge this gap between professionalism and today's modern work wardrobe, check them out in the link in the description down below to save 15%. You will not regret it. So I accomplished my goal of getting one photo that I liked. I actually got two photos that I'm extremely happy with from this day of photography. The first is the first photo from the video, this one at Atlantic Station. Absolutely love the framing that's going on here with this like stairway corridor thing. We have a lot of lines creating this frame leading us to the subject of the photo, and I love the glowing lights as well. This just has everything you want compositionally. There's a lot to look at, a lot going on, and the edit really enhances everything going on in this photo. Y'all have the formula if you have my presets, but I want to let you know I did use a lot of graduated filters to bring your eye more towards the center of the image and darken up the corners, and I also used a radial filter in the center to give that green hue to those other lights out there. I really like the contrast between the blue and the green here, and I think everything on this one really comes together nicely, and it's just a great street photo in general. I love having to wait around and having a shot come together the way this did. It was definitely worth me standing on that corner for 15-20 minutes waiting for someone to walk by, because this isn't a very busy street. Now, my second favorite photo pairs up nicely with this one. It's the one in the train station that I mentioned. I've had this idea in my head for a long time now, and the reason why this is a difficult shot to get without cheating on it is because this train station is just massive. It's a huge corridor, and there's no real reason for someone to be walking across the train station the way I captured Alec in this photo. Most people will be walking towards the train or away from the train. So this is an idea I had in my head for a long time, and I wasn't sure if it was something I'd ever actually be able to make without having someone stand in and do it for me. I used a little technique my buddy Chris House taught me where I dropped my shutter speed down to create some motion on the subject. I think this motion adds a little bit to the photo, and also the subject of an image like this, it's not really important. It's more about the composition, making sure the person is in the right spot. I love all the lead lines on this, love the fluorescent lighting kind of curving, and then the lines on the floor curve as well, leading you to the subject. And then we have some good framing with the pillars on the left side, or excuse me, the right side of the image, and then the wall on the left. This one just works, and it pairs up really nice with that first image as well, because they both utilize this kind of blue fluorescent lighting. You could put these together in a book of street photography photos or in a gallery or something, and I think they would make sense together. But my favorite on the day, I'm going to go ahead and say, is the Atlantic Station photo, just because it's an actual real street photo. I didn't cheat on it, and that always just kind of makes it more sweet in my opinion. So ranking this one out of 5, we are going to go with a 3.9 out of 5. Like I said, if I was doing any type of street photography showcase or a book or something, I could definitely see myself putting this in here. This is not an image that's going to be very easy to replicate all the time. Yo, talk about uninspiring weather. So to wrap up this video, I want to say I had fun today. Today's the first photography video I've made in a long time where I didn't feel pressure. I didn't feel this overwhelming sense of I have to make amazing pictures. I just went out and created what I wanted to create, like I did back when I was 25, when I was doing freelance work, and YouTube was just this thing I did because I did it, and I didn't care about titles and thumbnails. I didn't care about reach and growing the channel. And now, you know, I can't be this wishful thinker and say that that stuff doesn't matter, because it does. It's what I do for a living, and I still want to share my perspective on photography, share all the things I create, but I want to have fun while doing it. And I'm still figuring out how to do that. Maybe it's more videos formatted like this. Maybe it's me just not putting pressure on myself. But for today, for the people who've been watching this channel for a long time, I hope you enjoyed going back to this old style, because I know I did. And I'm hoping in the future to figure out a way to have more of this, plus what I've grown passionate about over the years, which is sharing my experiences, sharing information, and helping people. Because there is no better feeling for me than when someone takes information from a video and acts on it and then reaches out to me saying it worked. It's indescribable the way I feel. And sometimes I feel like there's more value in that than there is in just going out and making pictures for fun. But I think the happy medium is where I'm hoping to land. So if you like this type of video, if you enjoyed this one, do me a solid, hit the thumbs up, let me know in the comments so I know to maybe incorporate more of this type of thing into more photography related topics in the future, because this one was fun and I would love for this to continue to be fun for me.